Good afternoon, everyone. Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall with Simpler Trading doing the nightly market update for Wednesday, February the 8th. So happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Hope your week is going well. Hope your trading is going well. Today I've got the ES up here on the chart, and as you can see, let me put this up too. As you can see, kind of a downer day today. It was not as crazy as yesterday, but basically we had a couple of kind of failed attempts here today, and went lower by 46 points in the SPX. Now this is the rut here, kind of same thing. Nasdaq here, same thing. But again, this was pretty calm. We came out of the gate this morning. I thought, you see that initial pop here and then some chop, and I thought this might take us somewhere, and it didn't. It fell immediately and kind of never regained. In fact, we took out that low on the morning here. The black is today's cash session, and this is the overnight session, the light gray. But what is more interesting or disturbing, depending on how you look at it, let me do a 3-day chart here. If you did not see this yesterday, so Powell was speaking yesterday at an economic conference, I believe. It's not a Fed meeting or anything like that. He was just talking. And we got a huge spike up here, straight up, and then straight back down, and then straight back up, and then straight back down. Let me see if I can put this back on a 1-day chart. It's easier to see. Sorry, 2-day chart. And, these moves are insane. I think that was 75 points from the top to the bottom. Actually more than that. 88 points, 89 points, something like that. Anyway, big moves intraday. So again, we talk about this all the time. If you're day trading and you're trading futures or whatever, yes, you can make a lot of money if you're on the right side and you get the direction correct and all that kind of stuff. Or you can get your head chopped off very quickly if you're on the wrong side. And again, on these kind of moves, let me show you on this kind of stuff. You could, if you're short here, you don't have much chance to get out. You go get a cup of coffee and you come back and you're here, and that hurts, right? And then here, you've just gone up, 50 points, whatever. You think this thing's going to pull back and continue, and then it goes this way, and people get their heads ripped off. So be very careful in this market. I talk about this all the time. Now this red line down there is our voodoo fire line, which is an Elliott wave kind of concoction that we have here at Simpler, that our good trading partner David Starr came up with, and they work very well. So up here at the top, the blue line is skyline, and this red one is a fire line. So the fire line is our strongest level. But let me show you this. So if we look here, so that's 4,200, and that's basically 4,100. So we've been trading in a 100-point range here since last Wednesday. Straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, and straight back down. So this level has been pretty important. This one has too, actually, up here. And as you'll see, we kind of go in these patterns where we trade in between levels here and here. We did break through here momentarily for a day or two, but so I try to trade in between these levels until they breach, and they will. It'll either break this way or it'll break this way. We don't know, but that is a good way to trade it. And I have most of my trades are going out 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Normally in quote unquote normal times, I'm going out 3 months, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. And now I'm 1 or 2, 3 weeks, just because this is so crazy back and forth, right? So let's take this thing out on a longer term time frame. And we talked about this last week. Now, this gives us a big a big question mark. You see this line right here? This has been our prior level, and it's pretty clean, clean to see, plain to see that this trend is going down. At the moment, it's breaking higher. It has not broken the skyline right there, but it is breaking higher, and it is above the fire line, so we don't know if that's going to continue to break higher or not. So let's think about this. What's coming up next? We've got through the Fed last week, and all the craziness there. We've gotten through earnings. Amazon, Apple, Google, all the big guys have reported, Tesla, Netflix, so forth. And we're still up higher. I said in the video, the last one that I did, I said, that could be a make or break scenario with the Fed, and all the big tech earnings and all that kind of stuff could really kind of send us in tailspin if it turned out bad, and it did not. I don't think earnings are that great, but we're still hanging in here. So the next thing we have is next week on Valentine's Day on the 14th. Don't forget that date. We have our next CPI announcement before the market opens up on the 14th. Then we have PPI before the market opens up on the 16th. And we do not have another Fed meeting this month in February. We've got one in March. So, it's hard to say if this thing continues or not, because we're kind of running out of giant, important data points. I mean, next week will be big. Yes, CPI will be big. I think this one will be muted for the most part. I think we're kind of falling into a pattern here. So I'm not as worried about this CPI as I was the last 2 or 3. We shall see. But the Fed keeps saying we're going to keep pushing these rates higher until we get inflation under control. They're taking a hammer to it now and trying to pound the nail in the hole kind of thing as hard as they can. We'll see. That's going, we know it's going to slow the economy down and all the things that go with that. So I'm not that optimistic that we do continue higher here. That being said, I'm trying to play it short. We're on a short-term basis. We're extended, and we could easily pull back down here. I don't know that causes us to go into a big free fall down here. I'm not looking for black swan or anything like that. I'm just being cautious, and that's fine. We can trade that all day long, within reason. We trade calendars, we trade diagonals, maybe throw some butterflies in there or something like that. But and condors, I'm selling a lot of premium credit spreads and condors, and it's working. So that's what we have to do until the market gives us a little more clarity. And again, clarity eludes us a lot of times. When we have a trending market, it doesn't. It's pretty easy. We buy the dip or we sell the rip, as we say. But here, just don't know. The NASDAQ, the Russell look about the same, so I don't want to spend any time going into all that. But and as far as individual names, again, we're kind of out of earnings, and I don't see much that looks that interesting. So with that, I will wind it up and just say to be careful. Again, it doesn't look that bad from a distance, but again, you get up here on this this daily stuff, that's some pretty wild, that's pretty wild and woolly kind of moves. So be careful out there. Trade small, limit your risk and put tight stops in and that type thing, and you should be able to trade this market just fine. And if you want to see us do it all day long, come join us in the trading rooms. I'm in the main room, or I am in the bias room, and we are trading this thing every day. So with that, let me wind it up. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it, and hope to see you in our trading rooms. Take care.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency. It's one of the things that won me